All right, so ladies and gentlemen, world champions. I don't come again. I don't come to my screen again. World champions. Oh yeah. Una know una self now. Make una carry seat. Come front. Make we gist. Make we discuss one or two matter wey we say e dey sup for our club. You know, as you always help me do those three things. Tap the like button, comment one or two, share the video. Asapu. You know, you get the point now. When we start from the comedy part. Moses Kaisedo, you know, everybody have been on holiday. We see Kopama travel to his grandfather's house, carrying his man of the match and the best player of the tournament. Papa Jordi use and take flex. As if that is not enough. Moses Kaisedo yesterday decided to shock the world. Let's take a look. Oh, Kaisedo one day. Actually, if you take a deep look at this thing, oh boy, be like say na firefighter boss. Na firefighter boss Moses Kaisedo used to dey do parade. And honestly speaking, I've said this before. I don't know why Chelsea stopped these guys from doing this parade. You know, they want to let them flex muscle, let them feel proud. See Kaisedo now, see warm welcome. I mean, now imagine how much it's going to be if Chelsea fans come outside in mass to welcome these guys. Most of them just go their home quietly, no even hear anything. Now when we even see Kopama for holiday, now we know say they don't land. Anyway, that is that about that. Good one for Moses Kaisedo. May we move on to the cocoa of the cocoa now. Report will be say that they seriously serious. Yesterday I saw a report on athletics. In fact, somebody now first sent me the screenshot. Say make I see wetin Chelsea don set for target as next season. And you know, I saw it on one or two other places too. That they come outside to say that Chelsea, fine, you know, we have already reported the news that Chelsea are not going to be pushing the boys to do too much for next season. They believe that there are still more work to do. They believe that there are still some signings to get done. But this one coming from the athletics now that Chelsea target for next season, number 1, is to qualify for the Champions League. Number 2, go a good run in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. He's not even winning it. Number 3, go a good run in the Champions League. I mean, we need to stop doing all of this targeting of a team. I don't have problem with this if they achieve this thing. It's interesting. But we need to stop all this setting of target for players, setting of target for Maresca, all these things. We need to drop it. Take a look at Manchester City. Since all of this, why? You don't ever see them come outside and set target. We don't need all of this setting of target for the coach, setting of target for the player. We don't need it. Next season is going to go well. Let's believe. We can win more than all of... What if we win all of these trophies? What if we win it? What will you do? Now, so we set target for them. Say, maybe they go Club World Cup, reach quarterfinal, come back house. They go Club World Cup. They won it. So maybe we stop to they put pressure on both the players and the coach. Let's pray that next season goes well. You don't already talk and say there are more works to get done. Work on the work where we say we need to fix. Do play your own part. Let them come and play their own part. Which one be have a good run on for FA Cup and Carabao? I mean, this thing, make sense. Anyway, that is about that. Maybe we just leave that one for one side. The stadium matter came up yesterday, and honestly speaking, at some point Chelsea really have to do something about this stadium situation, because we cannot keep sitting down in a stadium of 40,000. That's why we cannot compete with some teams when it comes to finance. We cannot compete with some teams. Teams are now jumping to 100, 60. Look at Tottenham Hotspur. They have a new stadium. Look at Arsenal. They are still trying to expand. Look at Manchester United. Even though those ones don't get money, but at least they shall have plans to expand, to rebuild. At some point, something has to be done about this Chelsea Football Club stadium. And the only two options we say it did for Chelsea, according to the report we come outside yesterday. And in fact, the report that came outside says that the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge that Chelsea owners are envisaging, that it is very, very unlikely and unfeasible. And I texted someone that resides in London yesterday. Well, after I saw this report, I sent him. He's also a Chelsea fan. I sent it to him. I said, Baba, gist me. What did they solve for that area? We will know that place. Give me gist. How far that place be? The person they make me understand say, for Chelsea for Stamford Bridge area, there is burial ground, there is railway, there is underground, and there are buildings, residents where people they stay. Will you come outside and tell the people that make una leave o, we wan buy una property, we wan use am take build stadium. It is not possible. They cannot come and tell you like that, say make we demolish your family house because of say we wan rebuild stadium. If me gree, what about you? It's not even one, it's not even two. Look at the picture from above. It's not one, it's not two. The only option that there is now, if they want to even say, let us just try to smuggle and demolish and rebuild, is to demolish the hotel. And how many capacity will this one even give? So it's not even possible. That is number one. He said there is cemetery. There's nothing you can do about cemetery. You know if you go build stadium on top dead body. Railway, there is nothing you want to do. Now government property. And even said they are still even using the underground, even if Chelsea want to dig deeper to rebuild and let it come up a little bit. So how then do we go about it? According to the report that we are hearing right now, there is a site that is about 1 mile away from Stamford Bridge. That property at the moment that is called Earls Courts is the only option for Chelsea. And guess what? The owners are not also interested in selling. Chelsea have been begging and lobbying and you know, since all of this while. They are not interested in selling. In fact, the person they tell me say for that site, say this January, when we enter this year, that they don't go load some truck, some bulldozers and all those things. They don't go load them there. So maybe those ones, they get wetin they want use and do. They get plan for that place too. The only thing now is, even if it is to overpay, or even if it is, the last time we hear, we say Chelsea don't involve Mayor of London for this matter. But as things stand right now, it is not looking good on the angle of Chelsea. Now the picture you see from above, this picture was designed by Daily Mail. For those people who say that they are around that place, when I feel post confirm, you can see this is Stamford Bridge for one place where we say your day, and you see this is that Earls Courts where we say he did that place. Make these people just have mercy on Chelsea. That's the only way out now, because outside that Chelsea, and don't forget there is one CPO issue. That's the reason why people, they always come outside to say we are not the owner of Stamford Bridge. They don't understand the agreement we say it don't do between us. Now, make us come break your bubble now. If Chelsea move out of Stamford Bridge to a new stadium, it will still be owned by this CPO. Except if Chelsea want to change their name. But if we are still going to be answering that name Chelsea, and I can't even imagine somebody giving us another name. I can't imagine it. Except if Chelsea want to change that name. Even if we like, maybe we come up for London, go Manchester. The name will still be Chelsea as far as CPO still own the pitch. So it is still going to look like we are still renting in our own mind. Anyway, that's that about that. Let's see what the matter will bring. But, you know, the person I was in a conversation with yesterday told me something. He said when it comes to this stadium issue, according to wetin them don dey hear for that place, there is a little bit of, will I say, diversion of vision between our two owners. Don't forget, we have the Todd Boehly side and we have the Clear Lake side. Now the two of them, and they make Blue Co. There is Todd Boehly wants a new stadium. Todd Boehly wants Chelsea. And I could remember when they first came in that time, we say Todd Boehly now be the sporting director. He's always hammering on this stadium thing. Todd Boehly wants a new stadium, while the other side just want to, you know, they just want to keep on doing their business and inshallah. You get my point now? So this is another thing that is even causing another big go slow when it comes to Chelsea rebuilding and getting ourselves another stadium. These people need to work together hand in hand with the CPO. There's nothing they want to do. The pitch side owner, there is nothing they can do without those people. Except say they won't change our name to. You get my point? They have to collide together, sit down together with the CPO, agree together, make the move. I believe they must have been making the move, but they need to push harder. Once those ones begin the project for that new site, Kasala don't boss with that. Me say there is no other place Chelsea can relocate to, and we cannot leave London. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's see how the matter will be. For those of our people, we be say una did that angle, una fit still even enlighten us the more for comment section. Now moving on now. If there's one name that has been flying around Chelsea since yesterday, is Morgan Rogers. And honestly speaking, I love what I'm hearing about this guy. Anyway, Aston Villa asking price for Morgan Rogers is around 80 million pounds. Now where the Kasala won't go bust be that, you know. 80 million, he go fast more. Especially for Chelsea, where we say they go count, youth speed, they count their money first before they even go buy. But we have what it takes. We have what it takes. Honestly speaking, I said it yesterday. I prefer Chelsea bringing in Morgan Rogers than Easy. I prefer Morgan Rogers 100 times. Morgan Rogers is Aston Villa best player, for goodness sake. Aston Villa best player. And you know, in the middle for that Kopama role. He can play there. And he can also play at the left wing side. Can also play at the right wing side. It's very versatile. It's more like Kopama. You get my point. But let's see how the matter will be. Anyway, this same Athletics gave us a report yesterday that as things stand right now, Chelsea are still looking up to buy 1 or 2 or 3. In fact, I don't think Chelsea signing can be more than 2 anymore. I think they're going to get one more attacker and get Joroato. Another report from Ben Jacobs even said that Ajax might now be considering the 40 million that Chelsea is willing to offer. But make I not even jump first as they come there. But the Athletics make us to understand yesterday that Chelsea need to start selling. Chelsea buying now will be determined by what Chelsea sell. Hey, Oluwa. And you know the funniest thing is that this set of players are still very much available. Raheem Sterling still very much available on a 350k per week. His money cannot crack. You cannot tell him that we'll pay you later. They no boy you. Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, that one just they do fine boy. Up and down they draw tattoo. They use our money to buy cream. They meant over 200k. Now that one they collect. Joao Felix. In fact, yesterday we see say Joao Felix don't go change in bio, Instagram bio where you don't remove before. You don't go change and back to Chelsea. Oh Benny, you they come up for this club. We don't need you. Now Gege, we don't use Gege as our financial expert. Anyway, moving on now. Renato Vieira is another name. They have to leave, and I think there's a good progress concerning Renato Vieira because we've been seeing Bayern Munich showing interest, but anything they want, we themselves won't do. May they do papa. Armando Broja is another name. Leslie Ugochukwu is a player that I wish Chelsea did not sell. Honestly speaking, I feel like Chelsea should have just given this guy a little bit more opportunity, but it's another name. Axel Disasi is another name, even though reports have been showing that some clubs in the Premier League are showing interest in Axel Disasi. Baba, it is not about showing interest alone. Mona bring money, Mona come buy. Mona bring money, Mona come buy. Now be Coco. No be say it's not by showing interest. Look at this list of players, and it still went on and on. I have not talked about them. David Datro Fofana. I'm not even sure if Chelsea will see that one sell. Maybe they just do like they do for Malansa, just terminate the guy contract and pay him off, let him go. Because I'm not seeing anybody come for David Datro Fofana. Where we even loan and go, they return and say, I beg, Mona take una property. Same thing applicable to everything. We can collect Broja. Kai, all of these players just form liability for Chelsea neck. And you know the funniest thing is that clubs are showing interest in Chelsea players. They are not showing interest in all of these people. They are not showing interest in them. Now only Nicholas Jackson. They won't buy themselves on top. Nicholas Jackson. If it is not Nicholas Jackson, now only Nicholas Jackson, and they won't buy themselves off. Players, they ground, we say they no go too expensive. 20, 30, 25. When I go see them carry. No, now Nicholas Jackson and they link with. Anyway, that's that about that. We'll go see how the matter will be. But Chelsea need to start moving very, very fast when it comes to selling because, you know, PSR it's required for you to sell and buy before you buy. But anyway, that's that about that. Let's move on now to Nicholas Jackson matter. To all those Chelsea fans that are aiming that, that are praying that Chelsea should sell Nicholas Jackson and pocket the money. I don't know what you really want to do with the money. Even if they bring 100 million now, what you want to do? Now your money. A report came outside from Ben Jacobs yesterday, and Ben Jacobs said, if Chelsea eventually sell Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku, one of the names that Chelsea might be considering is Benjamin Sesko. Now, my own question for you now is, will you sell Nicholas Jackson to bring in Benjamin Sesko? Sesko will be say you don't be like abandoned product. You don't use Arsenal. You don't use anything form where now they are offering the guy to Manchester United. So the only player that is available now, because I don't know, some of us, I talked to him yesterday. Strikers no they available. If strikers they available, Newcastle don't go, Liverpool don't go. They follow Newcastle fight on top Ugo Ekitike. Strikers no plenty outside though. You know plenty. So look at the number of clubs that got linked with Ugo Ekitike. Outside Ugo Ekitike, Benjamin Sesko, who can remain as striker as option? Who remain? Chelsea better not try it. That's why for the market now for striker, you will see Ugo Ekitike, Benjamin Sesko, and Nicholas Jackson. Those are the three names that are flying around. Chelsea better not try it by selling, because if Chelsea try it selling this guy, injuries go come. No be say make God no allow injury. Injury go come. That one no be prayer point. It's not church. Now something will go happen. Injury will always come to team. Last season, Jackson got injured, McGill got injured. We begin to improvise. At some point, we use Tyreek George to play number 9. You get my point? We played against, was it Manchester United or Liverpool? Where we used Tyreek George as first. So Chelsea, we better think am twice. Think am twice before we make the move to sell Nicholas Jackson. Anyway, moving on now. With the hearsay concerning Cucurella's contract, Chelsea are saying that they are not in hurry to extend the contract for Marc Cucurella because the guy is okay with his contract and is okay with his present salary. So Chelsea are not seeing it as like is of no use extending the contract of Marc Cucurella. Also, keep a close watch on Garnacho. I said it yesterday that Garnacho is one other name that has been flying around Chelsea since all of this one. Even though with the year now say Aston Villa are showing interest, and even Aston Villa are even showing interest in Nicholas Jackson too. Garnacho is one name to keep a close watch on. May no be say at the end of the day, na Garnacho na go be the only option wey go remain for Chelsea to go and pick. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we no go see am pass this level. Beloved Chelsea fans, if you have not liked, if you have not comment, I be your guy. Oh yeah, like, comment 1 or 2, even if you no wan say much. Sha say something. You get my point? Let me know what you guys think at the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.